Hey everybody, welcome to the late night. Looking at this camera. Hello everybody, welcome to the late night session. We are going to start working on our X-Men stuff, so let's just get into it. As you can see here, we had previously been working with Wolverine, but tonight it's going to be Cyclops, and then maybe some Sentinel, and maybe some Colossus. But away we go. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Not really sure what else to add to it other than hello. Please feel free to poke around the channel, poke around here, set it in the background. There should be music playing in the background, safe to stream with. Heaven forbid we get some copyright strikes going. And in the meantime, let's see, just making sure I'm not forgetting something here. Make sure my chat window is accessible. Alright, let's see, yep, and looks like we are streaming, so away we go on Cyclops. Let's see. Got over here on Pinterest, I've got a number of shots that I am toying with. Make sure I've got the correct stuff. Here's some stuff in the room next door. Alright, and away we go. That is... oh. Let's see. Tonight I'm just going to keep things kind of just loose. None of these are going to be incorporated into the actual animations. This is just more of starting to get used to sketching out, find out different ways I want to interpret the different characters, make sure that even though I'm looking at a whole lot of different styles of previous animated versions of the X-Men, that consistently they consistently match each other across the styles. I like what I got out of this here. It's rough, a little too scratchy for me, but this was the first round, and I'm just really playing with the idea of having my animation just not be quite so, everything's so finessed and delicately put into place, and then you find out you've spent 8 hours just working on a couple frames. So just trying to loosen up. So in the spirit of that, what kind of nose do I want to give him? I think we'll just keep it real simple right now. Since compared to Logan, he's a little more positive, I'm gonna try and give him a kind of a positive spin. Alright. Alright, nose poking in. Just totally fine. Just making some adjustments over here in OBS. trying to decide if that's just a little too wide for him or not. I like his broad shoulders, but that's feeling a little, maybe a little too broad. Let's see if I bring that in a little bit. You know, I'm going to go with the general feeling of the sketch right now. Da, 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 da. Happy Friday night, by the way. Double check my audio levels, make sure people are actually seeing that there's the mic is working. Is it this mic? Yep. All right. Looks like I'm being invaded. Yep, that's Goose setting up shop in the back. And there goes Goose. Okay, why am I getting this? There we go. It's always so funny as you look at various designs for each of these characters. They have undergone so many subtle and drastic changes to every aspect of their uniforms. Or you see an artist who takes it in a whole new direction. Let's see. Yep. His gloves. A little bit more down here. Looks like he's just kind of pointing at his brain like, I am the smart one, I am the leader. Just wondering if his visor normally just encompasses his ear completely, and I'm kind of guessing it probably does. Yeah, I should make this a bit bigger then. All right. Let's see, little gloves, little gloves. Not happy with the way the silhouette is working here. Yeah. We'll work with what we got. Well, still no viewers, so even on a Friday night, everyone's out partying and not home. Drawn. Oh well. Guess that's totally allowed. Alright, let's turn this off. Oh, let's turn this off. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if this is his. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Let's save before I forget. Now, do the ever so essential shading portion of the program. So let's see, oh. I don't want the stroke that tiny. Let's go with 3, see if that works. Yep. My goodness, cats are thundering their way in. Let's see, what do we got going on here? We are going to have the neck, obviously. Cats are being very, oh, that's not what I want. Yeah. And for anyone wondering why we have this green lines cutting our way through, you will see very quickly. Let's see. Alright, you know, actually I do want to give this a little more dimension than that. Alright, let's do a little coloring. Oh. Hard to see from mine where we have some gameplay going on over there. Alright, that's not gonna work. Oh, that's the deal. We'll just keep this open. Let's go. Don't really need to do that one. Yep. And again, I'm not trying to be too neat here. I am just working my way through, getting just a rough color pass on it. And again, as these pieces come together, see if things line up okay. Let's see. And so we'll finish this area off. then let's find a nice... Oh, too green, too green. That'd be a little more sedate. We'll go with that for now. Yep. Hello to anyone who came in to watch so far. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right. See if that all works for now. Oh, I've had one whole view. Probably stayed for all of 30 seconds. Oh, you know. That didn't work. Now the big trick, how to get rid of all those lines that you wanted only for the purposes of coloring. Double click on it and away it goes. At least most of it. And voila, of sorts. That seems to work. I guess he's definitely recognizable. Let's play with his head. check to make sure that the channel is actually up and running. Alright, works for me. Let's go back. I have a Pinterest board of various X-Men characters clicked in so I can remember to check things like details, accoutrement. And now, get back to some sketching. Must be a bit bigger. Yep. Let's see. Kind of like that strange kind of nose. I think what works better is like a really toothy grin to have it. Yeah, I guess that does kind of work better. I just wonder what's too much. Yeah, let's give him a bit more of a set jaw. All right, let's see what we got here. You know, I'll go with this for now. I'm not 100% sure if I like it, but what the hell. Oh. Do that thing again. Oh. I don't know why this doesn't, Alright, so this goes back to this, and you go to there. There we go. Flint, regular. Alright. Well, still only one view. We are just blowing the record books here. I wonder if that'll work. Nope, don't want that. Actually, let's Cyclops. Oh. That's right. Okay. Well, if anything, that's a flared. He's got the hair. So much hair. He's definitely kind of rougher. Yeah, I mean the shadows are a little bit different between the two and whatnot. Alright. Let's see what we got going here. Well, do we just go straight on to Cyclops, or, I mean, Colossus? Cyclops. Did I even put his head on the right? Yeah, I did. Just making sure I put it on the right layer. Still just the one view so far. All right, time for Cyclops. All right, where's my Cyclops stuff? There we go. Sometimes when you click on an image in Pinterest, even on your own board, it will kick up maybe some new stuff you haven't previously seen, which is also kind of nice. Although now that I'm looking at it, I'm also seeing the stuff that shows Cyclops firing off his beam. I'm realizing I haven't done that yet, so let's see how things are looking. Suggestion. OBS has always sometimes random stuff in some of the newer panels I've added, and it's like it has an area that says suggestion, and then you can't really click on it. So it's like, okay, what's the suggestion then? I know, such exciting stuff. All right, let's see what we can do with Colossus. No, right off the bat. I'm gonna try really exaggerating his neck musculature and whatnot. See if that actually works. Yep. Yeah, these legs are really out of... We need much bigger legs here. Now he looks proportionate. At the same time, that's not exactly what I'm going for, so... Yeah, working on exaggeration is always, for me, a lot easier said than done. One of the reasons to work on this is to kind of reacquaint myself with how the anatomy just kind of comes together like this. Alright. Oof. Definitely not liking that. Sometimes it's just the littlest things. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm just gonna have to figure out how to better translate that to the what I'm working on here and see if I can get it better larger scale and then just bring it on over. Yeah. But let's not forget about his outfit. I think it's always been... Actually... trying to remember how that outfit kind of comes up on him. Starts here in the center. Does it just fan out over his musculature? Does come out over his Dracula. All right, we will work with it for now. And then the boots. Boots. Everybody's got their boots. Everybody got their boots. Well, let's just stick with what we've got for now. Alright, let's see a good way of doing the metal portion of this. Looks like some people will find... Well, let's see. Make sure I'm matching the curvature to the... I think he has more of do his hands have Oh, I got 2 whole views and still no one's saying hi. I mean, who comes on by and doesn't say hi? trying to think what's going to be the best way of getting that sheen without knocking myself silly. Let's see. Oh. My computer's just decided to randomly go off. Heaven forbid. Alright. We have... Oh, maybe we have someone watching right now. Hard to tell. The system here is not the most... concurrent. Alright, here we go. Let's use this red from Cyclops. And we're just going to start filling in. Excuse me. I think I'm forgetting the very important fact that these crazily drawn outfits. So yeah, all of that is actually, this part is supposed to be red, and this part let's start with something like this. Let's see what we get. You gotta start somewhere. I think how much contrast I want to give the darker portions of his anatomy, or his steel plating, I should say. Like, for example, yep, nope. Oh, now I've gotten 3 views. Nobody wants to stay to play. Ah. Womp womp. Well, I'm sure you guys can hear the lovely soothing sounds of a fire engine going somewhere at midnight. Rough sketches, rough sketches. We're just doing rough sketches. Still a whopping 3 views so far. Oh well, at least someone's getting it on their algorithm. Yeah, I'm not happy with those legs. But still, these are the first sketches just to get an idea. What do I like? What works? What doesn't work? What's going to be complicated? Obviously, his steel plating is going to be an issue for every frame. But as far as like just first appearance and something for any artist, if you are looking at something and I mean, there's a number of techniques you do. You know, you walk away from a while, you walk, get a distance from it. You can flip it. One of the easiest ways to see if something is that you're kind of wondering about, especially with anatomy and perspective, is to just take the whole canvas and flip it, or hold a mirror up to it and look at it that way. And sometimes things will more blatantly stand out. Same with flipping it upside down. All those things that just disorient you and get your perspective fresh again, since you know we've just spent the last 10-15 minutes drawing every aspect of this, and And also you can just kind of tell that his weight isn't quite, it's centered, but that leg, the way where the foot's coming down compared to the other one, it just feels like something's off. And my gut tells me that his calf is just simply too stout. But maybe the fact that I'm just raising that knee up so high that it looks dramatic, but it's not actually concurrent, correct. Okay, so we have so far, we've already been up for an hour. But we've got some good stuff. We've already played with our first idea of Cyclops. He's looking a little flat, especially compared to something like this. I got to figure out ways to incorporate more shading and chiaroscuro with him. I'm not sure if I want to deal with highlights. I think I want to just deal with a flat color palette and then some shading. But still, you know, the great thing, of course, is that especially when you're dealing with something iconic, is you want to be able to, at a moment's notice, if you are scrolling, if you are going through the algorithm and you see these characters, that your brain just, you know who you're looking at. Yeah. I'm still really happy with this, most of all. But I gotta get these other characters to have just as big of an impact. And of course I'm yawning. Ugh. Let's see, so I think we'll keep this up for one more hour. And again, we've had a whole whopping 3 views. Let's see, it is 12 o'clock here on the East Coast. This former Hollywood guy is living in Connecticut now. So the good news is that I can be up this late, and Los Angeles is still relatively barely partying, so. So I think we will play with our Sentinel, and then by having all this, we've got ourselves not too bad of a night. Oh, we're still not done with Cyclops' head, so back to that. Okay, so 3 views. I see the chat. Wonder if I'm able to check. Just curious to see what I could actually see for how long people are even staying, and it looks like probably not for very long. So they come, they peek, they go back. Some people will look at this for a little bit as well. Probably scroll on through. Alright, so let's get back to the fun show. And now we need to draw on the head layer. No. There we go. There was something I was looking at earlier that was kind of a fun view of him. There we go. Well, that's really that's a little extreme. Again, trying to remember how his collar comes down. Everyone draws it differently. Well, we'll pretend like it comes right up on his neck. Oh, that's a thick neck. Oh well. Very thick neck. I think when we are close with him, maybe we'll give him a little bit of a glint when he's that close. Yep, we've got a gap. There we go. Still no new views. Oh well, nobody loves me. Let's see where we are here. Well, that didn't work. There we go. That's nice. There you go. we're gonna take a minor break as I just make sure that it's still coming on through. Go to my channel. Make sure it's still happening. Yep. What fun. Alright. So now Wolverine, Cyclops. Yeah, in between. Yeah, this is still the one that's just kind of feeling the flattest, but we'll give him some more shading and improve that one out. But hey, a couple nights ago we didn't even have this. And now we've got some good starting points for Peter and Scott and Logan. Ooh. I wonder what happens if we go. Something nice about throwing up a quick color back there is you just kind of see it gets out of the floating palette and you can finally get it to just get a different read off of it. Just, you know, because even something like this, it's like it just feels different now against that red background. Alright, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Still 3 whole views, probably 90 whole seconds of watch time. This race to 4K is easy, isn't it? But next thumbnail could have all these pieces thrown in as well. Might bring someone in who more you dangle everything you can. You put everything in your thumbnails and your titles and your timing and just hope that someone comes a knocking. And so far, not so much. But who knows? The algorithm may see I'm starting to do this more and more, and then suddenly it just pops it all in. I've been kind of wondering, well, looks like I'm still... you look at meters and you wish you could get some kind of instant feedback of like, is the music on too loud? Am I blaring through too much? Am I at a conversational tone? Am I even coming up? I might just bring this down a little bit just to see. Going to 24, but when I talk I usually get to 12, so I don't know. Bring down just a slight. Everything is tweaking. Everything's tweaking. All right. 12:19. Let's go do some sentinels. Now we're going to do sentinels. And that means we go back to our default brushes. So you hit the D key. And that goes to white with a black stroke. But we want to be painting with a... you use the paintbrush, you're using your fill instead of your strokes. So I hit X to flip it. And now... if I go to the, well, actually I want to play with the head first on this one because I'm kind of curious about some of the looks here. There's a lot of different designs for where they've gone with trying to convey something with a very neutral, since Sentinels don't express, I've been seeing some creativity as far as how they interpret just the general shape of the face. And I do like, there's one, I don't know if it's a 3D model, or not, but they incorporate a little bit more of a skull like formation for the so I kind of want to play that one out a little bit. And of course I'm aiming it this way, and the model I'm looking at is only showing 3/4 the other way, but let's lean into that for a change instead of fighting it, because we can always flip it around afterwards. Modify, transform, flip horizontal. Now we go back to our head layer. Hit B for brush. Normally when I'm actually drawing, though, a lot of times I actually hit Y, and let me just show you the reason why I like using Y instead of B more often than not is because I can do things like this, and if you're being very precise, you can adjust still with the Y key here. If I cross over, because say I'm let's just get rid of all this. Let's say I'm just trying to do something very precise here, and I don't want to like mess it up here, so I'm doing the eye like this. And because you want clean intersections, what's nice when you're using a Y, and which tool actually is Y? It's the paintbrush. Not to be confused with the classic brush. B brings up the classic brush, Y brings up the paintbrush. But if I go to V and select it, now see how I can select the exact part where it intersected? And if you're doing straight lines, you want to give more curvature or something like that, you get this possibility as well. If you're just using a classic brush, if you're using a classic brush, you get a little bit more of a sense of this behaving more like what you would assume a paintbrush would work on, like for those who use Photoshop or Painter or whatnot, or even Procreate. And you just get, not such a, you get what appears to be a more natural stroke. But the trade-off is when you select it by hitting V, now you're not selecting it, you can't really, this is actually, although I've seen some artists like this for their cleanup. So for example, you take this and you paint like this, using B again, so we're just using the classic brush. But if you hit the V now, you alter the outline of it. But as far as cleanup goes, if you wanted this point to go more for a straight line, you just grab it like this and you pull into it, and see how now that intersection actually helps the whole cleanup process. And similarly, but so the different ways, if you hit the A key and click on it, you can get the control points, which is helpful for really refining it in. So you're still in a vector world. It's not painting raster, which drives some people nuts, but I like leaning into it. I like being able to go into what looks like a natural brush and be able to break it one way or the other. But if I hit Y again and do that same thing, one uses the stroke, one uses the but you can see that it's very uniform. And if I recall correctly, one of the reasons why this doesn't look, let me try something here. Okay, so you could probably change the end here as well. Yeah, there's smooth in this one. I mean, look, everything has, so you can, if you're very careful with the pressure chosen, you can work your way through. But I don't know if there is even a generally accepted way to approach this, or what, say, if you're passing this off to a colorist or whatever it was, and you're just doing the line drawing. If there's one method for animation houses that use Animate that works better than the others. But for now, I'm using B just to kind of just run it through its paces. And since this is more sketching stuff, and I don't really plan on using these for any final animations, this is more of like the initial sketch and color choices and style choices, and then move forward into the all those little lessons, and it's just totally lost for the 3 views, and we're already like an hour and a half in, so I don't know how many people are going to push 90 minutes through what is primarily just me quietly drawing. But hey, someone might find it. Alright, so back to what we're doing here. Alright, so we've got a more... Oh, come here. I'm actually using my... I've got 3 monitors going on here, but it's 2 different computers. So with Macs, you can actually share your keyboard and your mouse across to the other computer instead of having like grab the other mouse and work it over. And it's sometimes it gets a little clunky. And the one thing you got to remember is that if your cursor is over here and you want to do something here, like change to an erase or something like that, you got to come back and click on this. Otherwise stuff. There's always stuff. Can you tell it's 12:30 over here, and it's a Friday night into weekend. It's been a long week, a lot of work, a lot of stuff. You know, I'm also going to click on this image that I want to look at and make it larger. Yeah, it's interesting. This I really kind of like this. Yep. Just tested it out. I couldn't get the eraser to work. That is another thing, obviously, you can do with painting like this, is that you can essentially turn, which actually I need to think about for things like impact lines, whatever it is, where that reverse etching can actually work for you. But no, right now I am sketching. So if I want this to be a little bit more like a skull, and then I got my nose roughly here in the center, but it's not going down as far. It's coming, well, And the eye holes are, I don't know, the eye holes in this person's interpretation is coming off more like this. Yeah, the thing I like about whatever, let's see if this actually gives credit to this model, because again, I can't tell if someone actually sculpted this or this is just well done. Well, according to this, Sentinel Video Games Hard Edge Sculpture Zan Elias for a Wolverine statue worked on hard edge ZBrush techniques using low poly modeling, so, and the texture was done in Substance Painter. So whether this actually got printed out or not, I don't know, but I am still Very impressed. All right, bringing it just back up. Again, click. 4 views. Someone came by and they didn't even say hi. Oh man. So we are working with this very, you know, classic red eyes, but alright, so if we've got all this, actually, what am I thinking? If this is turned slightly, then the nose is actually coming out more like this. And then he just kind of has a I like how this the way this modeler composed this. The instead of it just looking like more like a helmet, it's coming off a little bit more like a mandible, like a natural extension to the jaw. I really kind of like that. I gotta remember again that this is 3/4, and this needs to thin out a little bit more. In point of fact, I'm not quite hitting his proportions right. He's got a thinner profile. I think kind of helps out the whole feel of this. So I think I need to bring these lines up. All right. Yeah, ultimately I do like how this is a little bit more. Oh, let's see. And away we go. And away we go. You figured just one person would type something, just anything. I ask for so little. Sometimes these helmets are just plates. Let me take a look at this one. Huh? That's one of the main things with this is to try and make them look as menacing as possible, but sometimes he looks like he's just wearing a stocking cap. All right. Oh, what colors do we want to go with here? It's more of the reddish. Alright, let's see what we can do with some good old-fashioned shading here. Shading is fun, shading is fun, shading is so fun, 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 fun for all. Not quite sure how much I want to approach these. Let's see what we can get away with for this. don't want to go too much into oh, there's so many choices. So many choices. Nope. Always something, always something. Oh, and my computer wants to go sleepy by again. Let's remove all this and see what we've got. Almost feels like I'm doing more of something more influenced by Primal. Well, it's definitely a more gaunt, dead kind of feel. 4 views. 4 views, I tell ya. Just not 100% sure if now I'm a little too long in the upper jaw of it now. But it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Meanwhile, let's go back to our main pose. And go back into the fun that is the full-bodied Sentinel. There's a sketch in here I was kind of playing with for his general look. Although again, there's just so many different kinds that they do with him. Alright, let's just go into it. Alright, so there we go. I'm kind of liking that a lot. And then the little ear. And this one's kind of working a little more with my jam. Alright, fine. Still no one's gonna say hi. No one gonna say hi. So looks like the collar. Four views, I tell ya. I love how the T's are like top chat, no chat, top fans, no fans. Oh well. Oh well. Humble beginnings. Yeah, a lot of these classic Sentinels don't do anything for the abs at all. It's just... Yeah. I might just stick with something real simple here. Kind of an ab plate, but more of the wiring. Oh. Knee plates. Oh, what's the ones I saw where I kind of like the boots. There we go. did it again. And here we are, just about to complete hour 2. And again, I will say, it's funny, the music stops when I take the AirPod out. And just like that, the music is back on. Check out those abs. Blah. 4 views. 2 hours, 4 views. At this rate, I will get to 4,000 in 20 years. Or something like that. Nope. Blah, 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 blah. Again, we scribble, so we can remove most of it. All right. So, Okay, so oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, not quite exaggerated enough, but that's not what I want to roll. Stretchy stretch. Oof. Crack them boons. Still not even done with my coffee, and it's 1:19 in the morning. But it's the weekend. I'll sleep in. Alright. Let's try him lining up to shoot his beams. Let's see what we can get here. Yeah, before we color this one, let's play out how we want to. Working on the beam. Alright. Let's see, go back to our board. Oh, that's not what I'm doing at all. Back to the board. There we go. Let's try a minor version here. I feel I'm going to be experimenting a lot with the best ways of doing this. Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of different ideas on how to incorporate this.
computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Oh. Let's see if we can. to experiment with that one to get the best kind of look. Alright, Cyclops head. Make ourselves a new frame. And let's have him talking. Yeah, can you know, of course. Yeah. Alright, we're almost at 2 o'clock, so this party's gonna be closing down real soon. Alright, so let's do a quick old sketch here. Whoop, whoop. All these little hordes. Oh, 3 hours. 3 hours, ladies and gents. We've gotten so much progress, and at the same time, nobody say hi to me. I no like the color. Yeah, that got better, a little more contrast. So, if we hit play, yeah, I like parts of it, I don't like other parts of it. Well, ladies and germs, we have some animation and some sketching. On a loop. Well, that is definitely enough for one night. It's past 2 o'clock in the morning here on Saturday. Well, for anyone who decided to actually sit through 3 hours of this, despite the fact that I had maybe 4 views and each of them probably only sat for 30 seconds, thanks for listening to some music and watching some sketching of the X-Men. I mean, look, if you've come all the way to the end of this long-ass video, of a live stream that had such great numbers, the idea here is that we're going to do some comedic sketches involving our lovely X-Men here. And basically, fastball specials have gone wrong, and we're going to have different members of the team really foul up in trying to throw our lovely Logan to various Sentinel and other threats. So, step one was actually start getting these folks down and start seeing, you know, how they feel. And the other big thing was, as you can see from a lot of my other videos, is that I do a lot of rigging and a lot of mouth shapes and really focus on a lot of accuracy, and you kind of get bogged down in all those details and you ultimately don't get animation done. So the great thing is that by kind of just loosening up like this and having a more standard thing but still trying to draw it in my style, I'm starting to get having a little bit more fun. And of course, the other thing about drawing the frames like this, where each one can have a totally different position, as opposed to rigging something where it's going to feel more stiff, more mechanical. These, as simple as they are, it feels like you've got, you know, much more bounce and life to it. So I think, yeah, I think this is ultimately going to work. And simple colors, simple shading, you know, are working pretty well. So again, of course, got him. Of course, our first one with Wolverine from the first live stream. Scott. We've got a nice kind of feel for the Sentinels. I want to do more shading on it to make them feel a little more menacing, to really play into this like dead zombie. I mean, I kind of like how it's kind of like a zombie version of our Sentinels, but you know, and they're just background threats anyway. I mean, most of these fastball specials are going to go so poorly that the Sentinel's not going to be able to do much, except for maybe zap them all. And then, yeah, we've got a little bit of... Because Cyclops is still best known as the biggest fastball special folks. I think him and Rogue are the main two that are projected him. And I think there's in X-Men 97, although I haven't seen much of the new series, that there's a Gambit twist on this, I think. But, so, Colossus, Sentinels, Scott, and Wolverine. Alright, folks. Oh, now we've got 5 views. So all of a sudden now we've got 5 views that have snuck in. But it doesn't look like it's concurrent. So I'm thinking someone has just randomly come in while I'm wrapping things up and just poked their head in. But yeah, I'm actually kind of happy about some of the ideas I'm playing with here of having, you know, the color, the beam reflexively splash back on him. And then we've done, you know, a minor bit of expression animation with Logan here. So we've just got him quickly belting out a few things. But one of the things I like most about this is that it just feels just a little more raw in the brush strokes, and especially, you know, where we've got hair and stubble and stuff like that. And since most characters aren't quite so rough hewn, I'm going to have to find ways to be able to slip in that kind of look with our characters. But once again, I am pretty happy with all this. So I think we're going to start wrapping things up. Call it a night, call it a day. Alright, folks. Oh, we actually did get a hi. Hold on a second. We actually finally have someone saying hello. The little comment, it's down here in the corner just outside of my frame. I've got to find. I wish comments would actually be at the top of the screen and not tucked at the bottom of the screen. It's like my eye line is more up here. Such minor things to complain about. Oh no, I can't see all the one single comment that comes in. But hello, cute little Hanchel. Welcome to the closing up edition of this. Unless there was something you wanted to see in these last moments, as we've been working our way through getting some of our initial sketches for our X-Men animation through. Let's see. I'm just gonna tune down the music is definitely in my ears a lot, so I'm just gonna bring it down just a little bit here. Although it doesn't change what you guys are hearing when I'm playing with the mic settings here, but not so much with mine. Let's see. Oh, looks like there's no one still viewing right now. So, ladies and germs, I think we are going to officially call this a night. Purple. Hello, purple. As you couldn't tell from my stuff around. Now I've got 6 whole views. 6 whole views, ladies and germs. I don't know how I managed to double my numbers in the last few moments. Well, let's see. In LA time alone, and then of course, occasionally I get people in Asia, and they're probably just waking up to their Saturday morning already. But yeah, I mean, what am I going to do? Drag this out, in the hopes that maybe someone else says hello? But again, we got ourselves a good, fair amount of stuff for the night. And as you may or may not be aware, the whole purpose of this ramping up and staying up late and working on stuff like this and doing it live is that we need 4,000 hours. 4,000 hours. Well, let's just put it this way. We are at a place right now where early in the year when I was kind of running and gunning, I was hanging around, I think, 1,000 or so hours. Maybe even pushing up to 1,200. But the numbers for the long form have been difficult. I get a lot of short views, but the issue has been the long form. And the long form, I don't mean to bore you guys with all of these numbers, but if you're a small channel like this one, if you try and do it for shorts, and for my shorts, I get 25,000 views. I get 19,000 views on different ones. Hello, and I have a cat who's ready to say hello. It is easy to get 20,000 views compared to the paltry, 100 or so views I get on my long form videos. And the difficulty is that even if I did somehow magically get 10 million views in a 90-day period, it looks like they are really clamping down on successful short channels right now, where if you're not maintaining that 10 million after February consistently, like for every 90 days, they pull you back out of monetization. Looks like they haven't done that yet for long form videos yet. So the concept here is to do these live streams to see if we can garner interest. It also gets me moving forward on these long form videos, but then obviously this has to turn into something that is going to be watched and hopefully popular, and see if I can, because I think right now we're sitting between like 660 and 700 hours for the last year, and we definitely need to increase that by a lot. I can't do math this late at night, but we need to get to 4,000, and we need to get 4,000 before February of next year. So we are going to be busting ourselves silly and getting as much as we physically can, and see if we can pull ourselves across it in time to get monetized. And if we're really lucky, we'll get a plaque as well. All right, well, 6 views and hanging on for another 10 minutes. It's a lot of squeeze for so little juice. So, ladies and germs, I'm going to, and as the cat looks at me as well, like, are we going to bed? We're going to go to bed. I'm going to go snuggle and enjoy a nice weekend. Ladies and everyone out there, what else is there to say about good night? Sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. And we shall see you at the next live stream and the next animation. Good night.